Hello, welcome to Switched On, and this morning we're going to have a quick look at Trials Rising, which came out overnight, so I thought I'd have a quick play of it and just let you know how it is. I've seen a few reviews that have been released the last couple of days. It's getting generally positive feedback and scores. Let's get some hands on and have a look. So the first event, we just literally loaded the game. This is the very first time we've loaded it. Played some of the beta, but then quite enjoyed it, so left it until the main game came out. So first event here is Breaking Bad, which is puntastic. And we've got one bike at the moment, the Squid. And our basic character. Oh, let's have a lovely swig of coffee there, because it's quite early here on a Tuesday morning. So here we go. So first event is underway, and this is a game that, if you watched my preview yesterday, you would have heard me say that I've played this game since Trials HD, possibly even before that. I'm sure the PC version I played back in the day. But yeah, Trials HD was the first game that I really spent a lot of time with this franchise. I just remember me and my girlfriend playing it, and she's not really a gamer, but she used to love watching me play it and crashing, basically maiming the rider with its ragdoll physics. So this stage here is one of the stages that was in the beta, so that may look familiar if you played it. And there we go. Crunch with the hammer. Gold star. Take that. Now I'll talk a little bit about the controls as we play through this, because a lot of people are a bit tentative about getting this on the Switch over the Xbox or PlayStation, just because the Pro Controller doesn't have those analog triggers that you really do need, to be honest. This chap looks like me, Professor Fat Shady. So this is one of the new innovations in Trials Rising that haven't been in one of the previous Trials games, and that is like a really extensive training course to help you learn the physics and how to control the bike, which I think is a brilliant idea. Oh my god, look at that level. Ooh. Okay, let's have a look at some of this then. So we're going to go to the University of Trials. And what we've got here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. Got 12 different tutorials. That should be interesting. Oh god, extreme difficulty. We'll have a little go at the first one, throttle control. And again, this was in the beta, so you may have already seen this one. But yeah, going back to the control scheme, apparently there is a control method that allows you to use the right stick for your throttle and braking. I'm not sure how happy I'd be with that, because you need very precise control, and I think the thumbstick would give you too much travel, and I think that would be frustrating. As it is for me personally at the moment, and from playing the beta, I don't mind the Pro Controller. You just have to be very careful. This is a good example actually of this little tutorial here is a good example of how the Pro Controller isn't best suited to the game. So you have to be really careful on the trigger. Well, on the Xbox and PlayStation, you'd just be able to feather that analog stick a little bit more. Here I'm having to sort of very quickly tap and release, and it's not ideal at all. Not very smooth. But apparently you can use a GameCube controller, one of the new ones that they brought out for Smash Brothers, or if you've got an old GameCube controller, you can use a adapter, which I think 8-Bit do, a company that produce Switch accessories. They have a little adapter that you can use to plug in your GameCube controller, which apparently works very well with this game. So we've leveled up, and we've got a loot crate, lovely loot crate, because of course we have. And if we press the R button, here we are in our main menu, and we've got what they call them, gear crates. Apparently nothing exciting in these really. Look at that, great, I've unlocked a load of stickers. Whoopie-doo. So, not interested in that. I'm sure once people get a lot of things unlocked, they'll start producing some quite cool stuff. But that's to worry about for another day. So we've got a store. And this has a few cosmetic items in. Something called acorns, which is the currency in the game. This looks a little bit... I don't know if this is going to be like Fortnite and have sort of a rotating... Oh god, creepy clown. Have a rotating amount of items every day. Oh dear. That's quite cool. I don't mind customization stuff. That's fine. Rider store. It's your hub for collecting new gear. Basically warning you that it can cost real money. But yeah, plenty of customization options. It's pretty cool. Lots of tabs along the top for specific items. Anyway, let's go back to home. So we've got options to sign into Ubisoft Club, which I'll do at another time. We've got some suggested races, the world map. It's Happy Camper. What's this then? Recommending the next event, Happy Camper. I don't remember this one being in the beta, so this should be a new track. So we've still just got our squid till we get to level 14. Let's have a look at this one. And already it's chucking us in with a couple of ghosts, which is fine. So these barrels, those red barrels, are explosive if you touch them. Which tends to launch a rider about 50 foot in the air. Oh, maybe this one was in the beta. It looks kind of familiar, but maybe I've seen it on a review video. Ooh. Also, I'm playing Doctor at the moment. It's running very nicely. Apparently there are some issues in handheld, but I've not tried it handheld yet. Oof. That's another gold medal. I don't think we beat the ghosts. Level up. Oh, we got second. About 1.5 seconds behind first place, but we'll take that. So we've got 2 more events open up. We've got MX in the City. Looks like to be based in kind of New York, is that? And then Yellowstone Caldera. So we'll look at the city track. MX in the City, or MX in the City, take on Sex in the City, obviously. Recognise some of those names of those ghosts. I wonder if it just chucks you in with your friends, but oh my god. Ugh. Oof, dear. You lose your lunch if you was on these courses. In real life. Quite nice backgrounds on these. There's a lot of complaints that the backgrounds on the Switch version particularly are really foggy, sort of to mask some of the detail in the background and keep the frame rate up, obviously. But this one looks okay. And again, really nice and smooth frame rate. Are we going to get an explosion? Oh, boom. Another gold. That's quite a good track. Another level up. Got a couple of gear crates to unlock now. Should we have a look at those actually? Show you the sort of things that you can get. As I said earlier, there's nothing too exciting from what I've seen. Stickers and right, as well. What we've got here: denim jacket, an S sticker, Supermoto damaged Rhino kit. I don't know if you have to buy bits of a bike, so that's pretty cool. You can re-roll that loot crate there for 500 coins, as you can see, which we have got, but we're not going to do that. Let's have a look at the next one. Oh, I love that little celebration. You're going to get sick of it, I'm sure, because you'll just be seeing it. Everyone will be equipping it. It must be the equivalent of the floss from Fortnite. But anyway, we'll have that. That's funny. Let's do one more race. Won't do any multiplayer just in case. Yeah, so control's fine. I can imagine what people have said, that on the higher difficulties, when you really need that fine control, then the Switch isn't going to be the ideal platform. But I think the fact that you can play a reasonably big release day on day with the other consoles is a cool thing. So props to Ubisoft for managing to do that. And you know, it does look and play really nicely, and the fact that it's also going to be portable, obviously on the Switch, is a massive bonus. And it is the sort of game that a Switch suits the Switch really well. You know, those quick games you can pick up, play for 10 minutes, grind out a few stars. I think it's perfect, really. I mean, it's the reason I didn't pick up, I think, Trials Fusion. Oh dear. Trials Fusion was the latest release on the bigger consoles, I think. I can't remember if I got it or not, but it's certainly not one that I stuck with or played a lot. Just purely the fact, you know, those bigger consoles have got, with the greatest respect, better games, you know. You're going to play something a bit more involving than a physics-based motorbike game. But on the Switch, perfect. This is a really lovely track. Still seeing some of that fog in the background, but then that's being masked a little bit by the fact that this is a kind of a track at dusk or at night. There's fires in the background, so, but the lighting effect's really nice. Oh, crunch. Let's try that again. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. Yeah, I like these tracks. These are really cool. I think as well, props to Ubisoft again for the asking price. I think like I paid slightly less than the £20 because I got this version from the Norway store. It was about 18, but yeah, even at £20, you're getting a lot of content and a really cool game. Ah, the big ape one. We got a third place after coming off a couple of times on that track. But that was really cool. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that first look. Just as we unlock the sponsors, I'll just give you a quick heads up on the sponsors here. They give you certain tasks to complete on a race, and that gives you quite a lot of XP. So there'll be something like, you know, wheelie for 100 meters, or do 10 bunny hops during this race, and that gives you extra XP. And this is where the grinding comes in. So you'd go back on these tracks that you've completed, and then go for these sponsor events to complete those for more XP. And it can get quite grindy later on. Just as a heads up, I'm sure if you're interested in this game and you're looking at reviews anyway, you'd have heard that. But yeah, actually hands on, just to let you know, feels really good, just as the beta was. Runs smoothly at the moment on these early tracks. Controls are fine. I've got no problem with the controls at the moment, but say when the tracks get really complicated, that's when it will probably hit home that the Pro controller isn't the best. But other than that, tons of content here. The online mode's great from what we played in the beta, and I think for, as I say, £20, excellent package, and great again to have that day-on-day release with the bigger consoles. So thanks for watching. Let me know below if you're picking this one up. Maybe leave your friend code and we can get some multiplayer racing going, or at least get some ghost leaderboards, which would be cool to play against you guys. But until then, I will catch you later. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.